Okay, let's go to the very patient Andrea. Andrea, thank you so much for calling back. You are on WLF.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
I'm enjoying the show. I'm a registered Democrat, and so this is so interesting to me and my drive back to Michigan.
Cool.
I enjoyed the convention. I listened to the president in Michigan a couple days ago, and I'm going to go listen to the senator when he's in town in a couple of days. So I'm trying to stay on top of things. I originally called because the woman about a half an hour ago that talked about Senator Kerry talking about looking at Old Glory, and then she said, how can he look at the flag so, with such awe, but then think that it's okay to, quote unquote, desecrate it. And, I'm going to say the old argument that we always say that, someone can be a patriot and still believe that, I can do with the flag anything that I want to do with the flag. It doesn't mean that I'm any less of a patriot.
I agree with you, but don't you think it was a little bit of a masquerade? Don't you think some of this was a little bit of a masquerade? See, here's what I think, Andrea. I think when John Kerry, very gratuitously, didn't have to do this, but he did do it. After Whoopi Goldberg got up and made her little routine, gave her routine and pointed at her crotch and did all that stuff, and he got up and said, you represent the heart and soul of America. And I think when he said that, I think he was being honest. But I don't think what we saw Thursday night was honest. I think it was an attempt to make us think that he has our values, which I don't think he has.
Well, the voters will let us know if he has our values. So I don't know. He certainly has my values, and, and he's speaking, and they hired the producer of the Emmys to produce the convention. So right. I mean, I expected some silliness, and did I enjoy listening to the hamster story? No, but did I enjoy seeing the Bush twins and Vanity Fair wearing $6,000 gowns? No.
Yeah, you're right. Now, I want to ask you a substantive question, because you are a thinking, engaged person, obviously, and you're informed. What do you think of this idea of having Osama bin Laden tried in U.S. courts?
Well, no, I think that I wouldn't agree with that. He didn't commit crimes here in the United States.
Well, that's what John Kerry wants to do. That's
I don't agree with that.
Okay, so I think you need to think about that, because, this war on terror thing, all this other stuff, this healthcare stuff, all this stuff is important, and taxes and all that is very important, but really, the most important thing is the fact that there are people determined to kill as many of us as possible.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I agree with your theory that Iraq, that we should invade countries due to a potential threat.
Okay, well,
I was one that in January of last year, I traveled for my job. I'm a corporate banker, and I was sitting in a lobby in Seattle, and I'm watching Colin Powell hold up weapons-grade
anthrax.
Yeah, and man, I believed it. And I turned to my colleague and I said, we need to go in and get rid of this guy. We need to. My brother, FYI, is in the Air Force. He's going to be deployed in December. He's got 2 children, 7 and 8, and he's, saying that's my job. I'm going. My father was a Marine, so I get it. What's difficult for me though is that, I believed what Colin Powell was saying, that there's a direct link. I looked at satellite photos, and I just haven't seen it yet. I'm not sure if it's worth what is the count up to 12,000 men and women are injured, and we have up to 800 are killed.
Well, keep listening, and I'll share some reasons why I do think it's worth it. And I have one question before I let you go. You've been very patient, and as I said, I love having a thinking, engaged woman on the phone. Obviously, you're very informed. Have you read yet the 9/11 report?
I haven't, but my husband and I were just saying that we need to pick that up.
Well, I'm going to share some. I've in my lawyerly way that I've been highlighting and putting Post-its on it, and I've just flipped to a page, so I'm going to share something. First, though, I'm going to play a soundbite from Ben Affleck for you, because I know you're going to enjoy that. But drive safe to Michigan out there, and thanks
Can I have one more?
Yeah,
one more thing?
Sure.
You talked about Ron Reagan Jr. and how the President Reagan would have been just so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Didn't Nancy Reagan? Didn't she go in front of Congress and lobby for stem cell research?
Well, I don't think that's
in the last 9 months.
Yeah, and I don't think that's the same thing. As I said, if he really wants to work on this issue, if he disagrees with the president on this issue, I don't think that's embarrassing. And if he wants to try to change the president's mind, I think that's fine. But I think this was a very narcissistic display on his part. And I agree with Larry Sabato. He's feeling a little envy because people think of him as not a serious person. They see him in a tutu. They see him on Animal Planet. And, he wants to be regarded as a serious person. But I don't think that that's what this is about. So, I don't disagree with him lobbying if he wants to do that. And, yeah, she has indeed lobbied, but you didn't see her up there making a speech.
No, I'm sure because she, didn't. I'm sure if the Republicans would give Ron Reagan Jr. his 5 minutes or 6 minutes or whatever they would give him, I'm sure he would take it as well. That's such an important issue that I just disagreed with that portion, but I sure am learning the other side of the coin from your program, and thank you.
Thanks, Andrea. Drive safe out there, kid.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.